Freedom is not just about removing your own chains, but living in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. There were many dark moments when my faith in humanity was tested, but I could not and would not give in to despair, for that way lays defeat and death. The past is a rich resource we can use for future decisions, but it does not dictate our choices. We must look to the past, embrace what is good, and leave behind what is bad. Yesterday, I was called a terrorist, but when I walked out of prison, many people, including my enemies, embraced me. This is what I tell others when they say that those fighting for their country's liberation are terrorists. There is no greater gift than giving your time and energy to help others, without expecting anything in return. It always seems impossible until it's done. You can start changing the world for the better every single day, no matter how small the action. Education is the great engine of personal development. Through education, a farmer's daughter can become a doctor. A miner's son can become the head of the mine. And a field worker's son can become the president of a great nation. When the wise remain silent, the foolish multiply. As I walked out the door that led me to freedom, I knew that if I did not leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I would still be in prison. Walk gently, breathe peacefully, and laugh loudly. Your choices should reflect your hopes, not your fears. Success is not about where you start, but about how high you aim. In dealing with problems, thought is one of the most important tools. As I have said before, the first step is to be honest with yourself. If you do not change yourself, you cannot influence society. If you have not changed yourself, you cannot make an impact on society. Anyone can rise above their circumstances and achieve success if they are dedicated and passionate about their work. We know what needs to be done. We only lack the will to do it. When a person is denied the right to live the life they believe in, they have no option but to become an outlaw. A good mind and a good heart are always a formidable combination. What matters in life is not merely that we have lived. It is the difference we have made to the lives of others. That will determine the significance of our life. Blaming the past does not make things better. When we demonize our opponents, we lose the chance for peaceful resolution and justify violence against them. Educating all our children should be one of our top priorities. We all know that education improves our potential and builds a better life more than anything else. Education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. I am fundamentally an optimist. Whether it comes from nature or nurture, I cannot say. Part of being optimistic is keeping your head toward the sun and your feet moving forward. Without forgiveness, there is no future. Life is not about living just for yourself, but also about what you do for others. Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies. I have learned that courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. A brave person is not one who does not feel afraid, but one who conquers that fear. Dialogue is the best weapon. Sitting down to talk is the key to progress. We can change the world and make it a better place. The power to bring about that change is in your hands. I like friends with free minds because they force you to see problems from all angles. Your parents and elders made many sacrifices to give you freedom without the suffering they endured. Use this precious right to ensure the darkness of the past never returns. As long as poverty, injustice, and gross inequality persist in our world, none of us can truly rest. Excessive anger and violence can never build a nation. If you want the cooperation of those around you, make them feel valued by being genuine and humble. It is not our diversity that divides us. It is not our ethnicity, religion, or culture. The only divide can be between those who value democracy and those who do not. The greatest peace builders are those with unwavering honesty, but great humility. Learn to know yourself by exploring the processes of your mind and emotions honestly and regularly. I dream of a multicultural society where diversity is celebrated and where every man, woman, and child is treated equally. A leader is like a shepherd. They stay behind the flock, letting the most agile go ahead, while the rest follow without realizing they are being guided from behind. No one is born hating another person because of the color of their skin, their background, or their religion. Poverty is not natural. It is man-made. Like slavery and apartheid, poverty is not natural. It is man-made and can be overcome and eradicated by the actions of human beings. Overcoming poverty is not an act of charity. It is an act of justice. If you speak to a man in a language he understands, it goes to his head. If you speak to him in his language, it goes to his heart. Live as if no one is watching and express yourself as if everyone is listening. Exercise is the key not only to physical health, but also to mental peace. I own my soul. You should never compromise your principles, but you must not insult your opposition either. Nothing is more dangerous than a humiliated person. There is nothing more dangerous than a humiliated man. Paying attention to the little things and appreciating small courtesies are important traits of a good person. Death is inevitable. When a person fulfills their duty to their people and their country, they can rest in peace. I believe I have made that effort, and so I will sleep for eternity. The time is always right to do what is right. Lead from behind and let others believe they are ahead. History will judge us by the changes we bring to the everyday lives of children. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. The true character of a society is revealed in how it treats its children. Freedom must never be taken lightly. Every generation must protect and expand it. Do not let your anger control your cause. Let your cause control your anger. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. I envision a world where people of all races work together in harmony. After climbing a great mountain, one realizes there are many more mountains to climb. While preparing for the road ahead, don't forget to celebrate milestones. The path to freedom is never easy. One of the hardest things is not to change society, but to change yourself. No one can be ready for anything until they believe it is possible. Do not judge me by my success. Judge me by how many times I fell and got back up. Creating a better world for everyone living in it is in your hands.